Yes, hello everyone. Let me just check whether my voice is audible to you or not, and then we'll begin the lecture. Okay. Yes, so hello everyone. I welcome you all on the platform of Global Online. So as we know friends, Global Online platform has launched a complete course for upcoming CTET examination 2023, and in this particular course we'll be discussing the whole syllabus of the CTET examination. In this particular series we are starting up with the mathematics paper 1 as well as paper 2, and this class are regularly kept live at 4 p.m. so you can attend them. But recently the batch is at 11 p.m. okay, sorry, 11 a.m. So for 2 to 3 days this batch will be for 11 a.m. due to some reasons. Then regularly the batch will be at the 4 p.m. so you can attend the live lectures over there. So in today's lecture we'll be starting up with the new topic named as mensuration. So we'll be calculating the problems based upon the area and perimeter. Okay, so even the students who find themselves weak at the mathematics can score maximum is the highlighting feature of this particular series. Before moving into the video friends, for the Central Teacher Eligibility Test complete course has been launched for paper 1 as well as for the paper 2. For the enrollment of course, you can download the Global Online application from the Play Store or contact us on this given WhatsApp number, which is 8669316919 or 8179138413. The highlighting feature of this particular course will be the one-on-one mentorship will be provided to you here. Global Online application, as I have told you, is available on the Play Store from where you can install the application. Once installed it, open the application, you'll find such type of interface where there is an icon named as store icon. You have to click on it. After clicking, you'll move to the page called as My Courses, and in My Courses there is a search tab. In that you have to type CTET. Once you'll type CTET, course along with the fees will be displayed downwards, or else you can contact us on the given WhatsApp number and simply you can get enrolled to the course. In today's lecture, this is the very first question where we are starting up with the mensuration topic. Okay, each and everything regarding the mensuration will be cleared along with the basics in the upcoming questions. Okay, so the first question is, the diagonal of a quadrilateral bisects each other at 90 degree. The quadrilateral cannot be a. Option is a square, a rectangle, C is rhombus, and D is kite. The correct answer to this particular question is option number A. So what are the concepts that you have to learn here is what are diagonals, quadrilateral, and how the diagonals are bisecting each other in all these shapes. Okay, so first thing whenever we learn the topic of mensuration is we have to learn what is area. We know area is anything that is enclosed inside any shape, or we can say area which is enclosed inside a shape is nothing but the area that we are going to calculate in the problems. Similarly, what is the perimeter? Perimeter is nothing but the boundary of any shape. The boundary of any shape. Okay, for example, I am considering here a rectangle. Okay, consider this as a rectangle. That was not a good shape. Okay, this as a rectangle. So if I am starting my journey from A and moving to B, from B to C I am moving, and from C to D, again from D to A, I am moving exactly on this particular path, right? So this particular path, this particular boundary is nothing but this is called as perimeter. This is called as perimeter. And what is the area? Area enclosed inside this particular region of ABCD is nothing but the area of this particular rectangle. So we have to see certain formulas for area of what is the area of a square, what is the perimeter of a parallelogram, what is the perimeter of rectangle, square. So these are all the formulas that we are going to see, and based upon that formulas only the question will be asked in the examination. So now what is the question that they have given here? The diagonals of a quadrilateral bisect each other. So here if we consider for the square, so this diagonals, the diagonals bisect each other at 90 degree. Please keep in mind. Okay, so here the diagonals are bisecting each other at 90 degree. Okay, this is happening in the case of square. The diagonals cut each other at 90 degree. Okay, so the diagonals cut each other at the 90 degree. So now you have to tell me whether in case of square, is it possible the diagonals are cutting each other? Yes, this is possible. So this cannot be the answer. Okay, when we look at the rectangular, shape, the diagonals actually do not cut each other at the 90 degree. The angles in the rectangle are 90 degrees. So the correct answer for the question is option number B, that is rectangle. You have to focus on one particular thing. Whenever the diagonals are bisecting each other, they will cut each other or they will bisect each other at 90 degree only in case of the square. Only in the case of the square. But in case of rectangle, the angles of the rectangle are 90 degree, but the diagonals are not of equal shape, so they are not bisecting each other at the 90 degree. Okay, but here the second thing that you have to keep in mind, whenever we are actually compressing this rectangle, this particular rectangle, the diagonals are going to change their shape, so they'll convert it into, for example, square. At that time they will cut each other in the shape, in the angle of 90 degree. So the correct answer they have asked us will be rectangle. In case of rhombus as well as kite, they cut each other at the 90 degree. The next question is, the area of a region is always bigger than its perimeter, determined by the formula of twice of length plus breadth, always determined by multiplying length into breadth, or the measure of shape occupied by the region on the surface. Right now I have told you one thing, that area is what? Area is the region that has been enclosed by any particular shape. For example, I am considering here a shape. Okay, so what is the area? The area is the space occupied by any shape, enclosed by any shape. So this will be the area of this particular given shape. So the measure of the space occupied by the region on the surface is the area of any region. So correct answer for this given question is option number D, that is measure of the space occupied by the region on the surface. So let us see now, along with this, let us see what are the different shapes area that can be asked in the examination. So first thing, please note it down. First shape of parallelogram. In case of parallelogram, they'll ask you direct question based upon the perimeter. So what is the perimeter of the parallelogram? So based upon that, they can ask us question directly based on the formula. For example, I am considering this shape. So make one note beside this, that in case of parallelograms, the opposite sides are equal. For example, this is B side. Let us consider this also as B. This A and this A, that is both the sides are similar. Opposite sides are similar. So note down here that in case of parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. The second thing that you have to keep here in mind is diagonal is going to divide. In case of parallelogram, the diagonals are going to divide them into two equal parts. The diagonals are going to divide them into equal parts. If you look at this single diagonal also, you can clearly see that this is dividing it in two equal parts. This is part 1 and this is part 2. Okay, please ignore the shapes and all. You have to just make a note of it, that in case of parallelogram, the opposite sides are equal, and whenever we are adding one diagonal, that diagonal is dividing it into two equal parts. These are the two things that you have to keep in mind regarding the parallelogram. Now the second thing is, what is the perimeter of what is the perimeter of parallelogram? If we look here, we have to usually look at the boundaries again. Perimeter is nothing but the boundaries. So here the boundaries BB is similar. Similarly, A and the other side is similar. So I can take the perimeter as twice of A plus twice of B. That is 2A plus 2B. Yes, because A is coming twice and B is also coming twice. And perimeter, as we have already discussed, is nothing but it is about the boundaries. So can I take this as twice of A plus B? So please note it down. The perimeter of the parallelogram is twice of A into B. Question can be directly asked based upon this. Second thing, can the question be asked based upon the area of the parallelogram? No. For the mathematics paper 1 CTET, the question based upon area of the parallelogram are not usually asked, so you don't have to keep this in mind. You have to simply keep in mind the formula of the perimeter, that is equal to twice of A plus B. Okay, so this is the first shape that we have discussed regarding the parallelogram. In case of parallelogram, the opposite sides are equal, and whenever we are adding a diagonal, that is dividing it into two equal parts, and the perimeter of the parallelogram is twice of A plus B. You don't have to keep in mind regarding that of the area of parallelogram. Okay, so moving on to the next question. From one corner of a 4-unit squared sheet, a unit squared piece is taken out. Which of the following statement is correct with respect to the given situation? Now keep in mind, each and every question that I am taking here has been previously asked in your examination. Okay, so these questions are important. So the first option given here is the perimeter of the remaining shape will be more than that of the original sheet. The area of the remaining shape will be more than the original sheet. There is no change in the perimeter, there is no change in the area. Before understanding this question, we will understand the shape of the square. Okay, whenever we talk about the square shape, one thing that you have to keep in mind is, whenever we are adding the diagonals in the shape, these diagonals are going to bisect each other, or they are going to cross each other at 90 degree, as we have previously seen in the first question. The first question was regarding this only, that in case of square shape, the diagonals are going to bisect each other at 90 degree, or the diagonals are going to cut each other at 90 degree. Please note it down. Diagonals in case of square, they cut at each other at 90 degree. Okay, this is the first thing. So the second thing that you have to keep in mind of the perimeter. Before understanding perimeter, we know that all the sides of the squares are equal. Suppose all the sides are A. If we consider all the sides are A, then the perimeter will be 4A. The question will be asked based upon perimeter as well as based upon the area, and we must know what is the area of the square. So area of the square is area enclosed in that particular shape. So if we consider that, to understand what is exactly the area, suppose for example I am adding 3 boxes in such a way, okay, or 4 boxes. Okay, so at same time, to understand what is the area, we have to understand that how many boxes I am able to add in this manner. In horizontal form, I am able to add 4 boxes, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So to calculate the area, we have to understand that in vertical way, how many boxes we are able to add? 1, 2 and 3 only. Okay, and in horizontal way, we are adding 1, 2 and 3, 4 boxes, total 4 boxes, and in vertical 3. So how can I calculate this? I can calculate this by taking 4 boxes on this side and by taking 3 boxes on this side. So I can calculate the area by making it 4 into 3. By multiplication of 4 boxes into 3 boxes. Can I calculate the area? Yes. So 12 boxes can be added. Yes, so in this way we can conclude that the area of the square is nothing but the a square. Why I am taking a square? But this is a one side into the other side. Yes, so this is the a square. So in case of a square shape, you have to remember three important things: that the diagonals are going to cut each other at 90 degree, perimeter is equals to 4a, and the area is equal to a square. Now based upon these things only, you have to answer the above question. What is the question? The question is, for example, there is a square shape, and if we are removing out the corner of this particular square shape, for example, we are removing this particular area, so or this particular region of the square. Okay, so from one corner of a 4-unit squared sheet, a unit squared piece has been taken out. For example, we are taking this region out. Okay, which of the following statement is going to be correct is the question over here. The perimeter of the remaining shape will be more than the original sheet. The area of the shape will be more than the original sheet. No, area is not going to remain the same. Because why? We are actually removing this much of area, so area won't be remain the same. So this is the wrong answer. There is no change in the perimeter, there is no change in the area. To understand this, now look here. If I am starting to walk from the point A and moving to this particular point now, B. For example, this is point number B. And then this point is, for example, C, and then I'm moving back to A. Okay, so this is, for example, 15 kilometers again. Okay, so if I'm after cutting the area, how I'm going to walk now? How I'll walk now? I'll walk on this particular path from A to this region, and then from this to point C, and from point C to point A. So if you're walking from here to here, or from here to here, this area is going to remain the same. The perimeter or the boundaries is going to remain the same. Why? Because this is a square shape. So all these sides are going to remain the same. If I am walking from here to here or from here to here, the length is going to remain the same. Similarly, if I am walking from here to here or from this particular point to this particular point, the length is going to remain the same. So here there is no change in the perimeter. We can say this option as the correct option. Yes. So whenever we are cutting out a square shape, okay, whenever we are cutting out a square shape from a square sheet, then the perimeter is not going to change. The perimeter will remain the same as we have learned that the sides of the square are equal. So this particular side and this side will be equal. Similarly, this side and this side will be also equal. So the perimeter, so there is no change in the perimeter as there is change in the area. Okay, so this is the correct answer to the given question. Moving on to the next question. A rectangular field has a 4 cm length and 3 cm width. From the corner of this field, a small square of 1 cm is cut off. What will be the ratio of the length of the boundary of the rectangular field before cutting a square and the length of the boundary of the rectangular field after cutting square? Okay, so again this question, before understanding this question, we'll understand the rectangular shape now. In case of rectangular shape, the one thing that you have to keep in mind is that the diagonals are going to divide the rectangle into 2 equal parts. For example, this is a diagonal. For example, this is A, B, C, D rectangle. This is the diagonal that I have added over here. And this particular diagonal is dividing this rectangle in 2 equal parts. Okay. So one thing that you have to keep in mind is, in case of parallelogram, this is possible, but not in the case of rectangle. In rectangle, you have to keep one thing in mind, that the diagonals are of same length. First point, in case of rectangle, diagonals are of same length. Diagonals are of same length. And the angle of a rectangle are 90 degree. At the corners, if we look, the angles are 90 degree. And these are the 2 equal or 2 same length diagonals. Okay, I hope you have understood these 2 particular points. Only the 2 points are important here, that the diagonals are of same length and the angle at the corners is 90 degree. And the second thing is about the perimeter. Perimeter is again, now opposite sides are equal. In case of rectangle, the opposite sides are equal. For example, this is A, this will be also A, this is B, this is also B. Okay, so the perimeter will be twice of A plus twice of B, that is 2 into length plus breadth will be what? The perimeter. What about the area again? If we start keeping the boxes in such particular way as I have explained you the example before, so the area for this will be what? A into B again, A into B, A into B, that is length into breadth is your area. Okay, so 4 things: diagonals are of same length in case of rectangle, and the angle that is forming by 2 sides is 90 degree. Similarly, the perimeter is equal to twice of length into breadth, and the area is L into B. Based upon this only the question that you have to answer over here. Now they have given that the question is, for example, we are cutting a shape, or we are cutting the corner of a rectangle. For example, this was a rectangular shape, but if we have already cut it down. The length that they have given here is 4 centimeter. For example, this is the length and this is the breadth, that is equal to 3 centimeter. Okay, so we have from the corner, now we have cut off simply of a 1 centimeter. Okay, we have simply cut down the 1 centimeter. So they are asking us the ratio of the length of the boundaries of the rectangular field. Now I think you will be able to answer this question. I'll give you actually 4 options over here. You can tell me in the comment section what is the correct answer. Okay, so this is again the question that has been previously asked in the examination. Let me know the answer in the comment section. Option are 1:0.5. Option number A, option B is 0.5:1. Now we have to calculate the ratio over here. Simply 1:1, and option number D is 1:1.4. Now I have already explained you the basics regarding the rectangle as well as the square. You can let me know what will be the ratio, of the length of the boundaries of the rectangular field before cutting and after cutting. Okay, so moving on to the next question. What is the next question given here? The area of the rectangular sheet of a paper is 208 centimeter square and its perimeter is 58 centimeter. What will be its length and the breadth is the question. So to answer this particular question, we know what is the area and as well as we know what is the perimeter. We have learned right now what is the perimeter. Perimeter is equals to twice of length plus breadth, and the perimeter given in the question is 58 centimeter. What is the area of the rectangular shape? Area is what? Length into breadth, and the area given in the question is 208. Okay, to answer such type of questions, directly you can jump to the options. Now what are the options? Options for this particular question is 14 into 14, that is 14 length, 14 breadth, 16 length and 16 breadth, 15 length and 14th is the breadth, and 13th is the length and 16 is the breadth. The first thing that you can do is, now we know what is the area. We know the formula for the area. Area is what? Length into breadth. So given length and given breadth multiplication you can carry out over here. What is 14 into 14? 14 square is 196. Similarly 16 into 13. 16 3s are 16 1s and this is 208. Okay. Similarly 15 into 14 will give us 210, and 13 into 16 will give us again 208. So here the given area is 208. So directly 2 options have been eliminated. That is option number A has got eliminated as well as C got eliminated. Left with option number B and option number D. Now what to do to understand that which is the correct option over here. To understand this, always keep in mind, whenever in case of rectangle, one thing that you have to keep in mind is always a length is greater than that of the breadth. always length is greater than that of the breadth. So in the given options where you can see the length is greater than breadth, the length here is 16, the length here is 13. So this particular given option will be the right one. Okay, so correct option will be option number B, that is 16 into 13, that is 16 is the length and 13 is the breadth, that is equals to the correct answer. Okay, I hope you have got this question. Moving on to the next question, always keep in mind length in the case of rectangle is always greater than that of the breadth. Now, what distance will Sadiq travel if he takes 5 rounds of a rectangular park whose length and breadth are 60 meter and 40 meter respectively is the question given to us here. Okay, now consider a rectangular park. Here 60 meter is given the length. Okay, this is the length and breadth given is 40 meters. Okay, so they are asking us that what will be the distance Sadiq is going to travel if he is taking the 5 rounds of this rectangular park. Suppose if he is taking a single round, for a single round he is traveling from A to B, from B to C, from C to D. Okay, as we have already discussed, that opposite sides of the rectangle are equal. This is 60 meters, so this is also going to be 60. This is 40, so this is also going to be 40 meters. Okay, so if he's traveling one round, he's traveling first 60 meters and then 40 meters, then again 60, then 40. It means twice of 60 plus twice of 40 is the perimeter. Yes, so twice of 60 plus 40 is the perimeter. That will give us 200 meters. Am I right? 2 into 60, or you can directly do 2 into 100, that will give us 200 meters, right? So yet for one round he is traveling 200 meters. So for 5 rounds, how much he will just travel? He'll travel for 1000 meters. Am I right? That is 5 into 200 meters. This is giving us 100 meters. If the options are given in the kilometer, this we can convert the 100 meter into 1000 meter into kilometer, that is equal to 1 kilometer. As we know, 1 kilometer is equals to 1000 meters. Okay, so the correct answer for the given question is 1000 meter or 1 kilometer. Got it? So here, based upon rectangle, also again this question was based on. So moving on to the next question. Try to solve this question now. I'll help you in this again. The ratio between the breadth and the perimeter of a rectangle has been given to us, that is 1:5. What is the ratio between the length and the breadth of the rectangle? This is the question that you have to solve as a homework, again based upon the rectangle. Similarly, this is the question based again on the rectangle. You have to solve this question and let me know in the comment section what will be your answer. Which of the following rectangles can have a maximum perimeter? So the options given are rectangle with area of 60 centimeters square and side of 1 centimeter, rectangle with area of 60 centimeters square and side of 2 centimeter, rectangle with area of 60 centimeters square and side of 6 centimeter, rectangle with area of 60 centimeters square and side of 12 centimeter. So these are the 2 questions that you have to solve as a homework and let me know the answer in the comment section. So this was the end of today's lecture. Thank you for watching it. I hope you are liking the video. If you are liking the video, please hit the like button and let me know in the comment section. And if you are new to the channel, please subscribe it and share to the maximum students out there who are preparing for the CTET examination. Thank you for watching it. Have a great day.